Did you know that the humans are the weakest link in cybersecurity? Humans are error prone, right? And because of this, hackers know that the easiest way to gain access to their targets is to focus on and exploit the human nature. We all use passwords on a day-to-day basis while using internet banking, accessing social media such as Facebook, Instagram, email, etc. etc. Welcome to this video series on cybersecurity awareness basics. The subject that we'll be discussing today is passwords, recommendations, and best practices. Often these passwords are very weak and can be easily guessed by anyone, including hackers who are out there to harm you and cause financial or reputational damage. These threats are real and it can happen to any internet user, including you and me, anytime if we do not take the required precautions. My name is Shivprasad Ariga. I am from Brick Digital Technology, providing cybersecurity awareness and training solutions. My professional credentials are displayed here. I am an active member of IIC Square with several years of experience as an IT professional in IT infrastructure and security management domains. Thanks for joining, and let's proceed discussing about password recommendations and best practices. Please listen to the recommendations attentively and try to apply these recommendations at the earliest. So today let us discuss the following topics. So what is a password? Okay, what is the definition of a password? So what is the best password length to use? What characters to use for a good password? Remember, we'll be calling it as, instead of password, we need to know it is a good or a strong password. So how to memorize your strong password when you need it the most, and when to change the passwords. And finally, let's recap and have a summary. So what is a password? So by definition, it is a string of characters that allows access to a computer system or service. So in other words, a password is a string of characters used to verify the identity of a user during the authentication process. Passwords are typically used in tandem with the username to gain access to a device, application, or a website. We will discuss about the identification, authentication, authorization, accountability, and non-repudiation in an upcoming video. This topic is a bit technical in nature and will be of interest for IT professionals or individuals seeking cybersecurity related certifications. So it's not that important to remember this definition. Let's move to the next item, that is, what is the best password length? So now let us discuss what is the best password length. So as per NIST, one should create passwords between 15 to 20 characters utilizing self-imposed password complexity when passwords are human derived. So NIST is National Institute of Standards and Technology. It's a US government supported standards and frameworks body for cybersecurity and other related technology. So they are saying 15 to 20 characters. So this is what we need to memorize utilizing self-imposed password complexity. So self-imposed means you are the best person who can decide what the password should be, which is complex, and you can remember it when in need. So what is the meaning of human derived? Again, it is you as a person who decide on what the password should be, and it is not derived from some software or some machine based password generator or a password manager. These days we hear about password generators and password managers. We will discuss about these aspects in some upcoming video. So there are some top common passwords which are used, we like 123456, 1234567899, or QWERTY, which is a keyboard sequence, and password, and so on. So if you use these type of passwords, it is very easy. Any child can, these days any child also can hack or break your passwords. So never use these passwords. Let's move to our next topic. So now let us discuss what characters to use for a password. So they say password should be alphanumeric and should consist of seemingly random collection of uppercase, lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Special characters like a punctuation mark or a dollar sign or the hash sign. So below are some example of good and strong password. If you go by this example, X is a capital letter, 5 is a number, J is small letter, 1, 3 is a number, this dollar sign is a special character, here is a hash, and so on. So it is 15 characters long and it has got a complexity. So this is a example of good password. So a good password isn't synonymous with any the one that is easy to remember. Good in this context is strong. You want a super strong password so that it's more resistant to guessing, and it's unlikely to be found in a brute force or a dictionary attack. So I will discuss about brute force or dictionary attacks in some upcoming video. Again, it is a bit technical in nature and will be of interest to IT or professionals who are seeking cybersecurity certifications. So broadly, a good password will not contain keyboard paths or the keyboard sequence, and is not based on personal information. Again, this is very important. You should not use a birthday or your father's name, mother's name, wife's name, child's name, etc., etc. And the password should be unique for each account. Maybe if you have account in 2 banks, the password should not be the same for each of these accounts, or maybe at your office. Always use unique passwords for every account. And also it is a good practice to avoid the past passwords you have used. When you are changing the password, always remember you should not use a previously used password. So you saw that the complex password previously. No one can remember that, right? So how to create a good password yet remember it? So luckily there are loads of things you can do to create unique and strong passwords for each of your online accounts. If you don't have time to come up with your own strong password, uh, a password generator is really a quick and easy way to get that strong password. So this is a password generator. So the thing is, this secure password generator will create a sequence of random characters. You can copy and use it as a password for your device or email or social media account or anything else that requires a password. So we will discuss about password generators and password managers in a future upcoming video, because we need to be careful while using these free tools that are available, because as these could be malicious themselves and used against you. So with that caution, note of caution, we can use these password generators to generate a complex password. So the next option that is available is to choose a passphrase rather than a password. So here is an example of password that is derived from a phrase. For example, if I read this phrase, I first went to Mumbai when I was 4 years old and it made me happy. So what I do, I pick up the first character of every word in this phrase and then construct a password out of it. So I is I here, then first is first here, then went W to, then Mumbai, and I bring out a complex password out of this phrase. Similarly, if you see this second example here, my friend Manu ate 6 vadas at the Udupi cafe and it cost him rupees 100. So I just construct a password out of this sentence. This is another example. For the first time ever, Mumbai Indians lost to Deccan Chargers at Wankhede. So you take out the first character of each word and make a construct a password. So this is one of the best methods according to me. You can really build a long password, a complex password which has got capital letters, small letters, and the special characters that is required. It is impossible to break these kind of passwords. So now let us discuss what is this two-factor authentication. Even if someone does manage to steal your password, you can still prevent them from accessing your account by adding an additional layer of security with two-factor authentication. That means that anyone trying to log into your account will have to enter this second piece of information after the correct password is entered to be authenticated to access any system. This is usually a one-time code that will be sent directly as an SMS on your mobile phone. You can use these features which is available in Facebook, Gmail or many other applications these days. Also, if your phone or device supports biometric authentication, uh, such as facial recognition or your fingerprint based authentication, please use this feature. You do not have to worry about remembering your password. But also ensure that there is this second factor tied down to this type of authentication mechanism. So if you're not using a password, your facial recognition or the fingerprint that you're using along with the OTP based authentication. It should not be just your biometric authentication. So these are, this is a very important thing. If the option of going passwordless is there, always use that. So you don't have to remember your password on your or type in your password every time while using any application, any critical application on your phone. These type of authentication is already being made available in many of these banking application, internet banking applications these days. So when to change passwords? So there is no set optimal metric for how often we should be changing our passwords. But most security experts believe that if you have a strong password and a unique password, you shouldn't be changing it unless you believe it's been compromised. Well, other experts recommend changing passwords several times a year, but this practice is falling out of favor. But from a corporate angle, each company or an organization will have its own password policy, which best suits them. So when exactly you need to change your password? So you should change if any of these situations apply. When you find a malware running on your computer system or on your mobile devices, you need to change your password. or when you have shared your password with someone who no longer needs access to that account. According to me, this password should never be shared with anyone. It is a big no-no. But in case you have shared it with someone for some particular reason, you please change it when he does not need the access anymore. The other reason is when if you have logged in on a public or a shared computer or use that free public Wi-Fi anywhere, then please do change your password. It's very unsafe to use public or a shared computer or a public Wi-Fi because they might be, recording, or maybe people have placed it with some malicious intent. So I will discuss about these aspects in detail in some other upcoming video. Then the other reason is it's been more than 1 year since you last changed your password. So this thing is very important to remember. So if you have a strong password, you don't have to really change it very often. It's better you do it once in a year. So let's have a quick recap of what we discussed today. First and foremost, password should be 15 to 20 characters long. So let me just highlight it. 15 to 20 character long. Then use passwords with a combination of capital letters, small letters, numbers, and special characters. So the next one is use passphrases. It's easy to memorize and maintain the complexity that is required. Next one is turn on that two-factor authentication feature wherever available. These days, most of the critical applications such as internet banking have this feature. So always ensure that you use this and turn on this feature. Do not create passwords from personal information such as birth date, child's name, father's name, mother's name, wife's name, etc. So it's very easier to guess these type of passwords. So please do not share your password or write it down in a piece of paper and stick it on your monitor, or save it in a file or online drives. So if at all you have to do that, please password protect that file. Okay, so it's not if somebody clicks that file, it will prompt for a password. Then finally, change your password at least once in a year or as per your company policy. Or if you feel if it is compromised, if you find that there is a malware, or if you have used a shared computer or a uh, shared account, or if you have shared with someone, or if you used some public Wi-Fi or some VPN by mistake, please change your password immediately. So we have come to the end of this video. Thank you for listening. Please provide your feedback in the comment section below, and do subscribe to this channel. Please feel free to post any queries, or anything you would like to any video that you would like to have regarding any topic in this cyber security. We promise you that we will come up with videos on interesting topics which is related to cyber security. Well, be in touch and visit our website at www.brigdigital.com. Hope it was useful. Thank you for listening.